it sounds. But basically, this is the cycle we get trapped in so often in our close relationships. So we have an unmet need, and then we make a request, right? For whatever reason, they can't or won't meet the request. And then oftentimes we feel resentful or frustrated or angry or anxious. And we go around and around and around this cycle. This cycle is based on the belief that we can control other people into meeting our needs with our requests. We think that if we just say it enough or in a certain way, they will change, you know? And this cycle, what really stinks about it is that every time we make a rotation around the cycle, we get a little more resentful. We feel a little less trust for them. It's like it slowly hammers softly away at the foundation of the relationship. And it's worth noting in this cycle too, not only are they not meeting our need, but we're not seeing them, right? We're wanting them so desperately to change without taking responsibility for the fact that we're not like seeing them for who they are and what they're choosing to do. We're blinded by hope. This is a tough cycle to be caught in, and so many of us are caught in it, especially with spouses and with family members and parents and siblings. So what do we do? Like, what can we do to break the cycle? And that's where we talk about the ladder of boundaries, okay? So the ladder of boundaries is what happens when we break the cycle of endless requests. Okay, so the first 3 steps here are the same. We have an unmet need, we make a request, and they can't or won't meet it. And it's common to go through those phases a couple times, but at a certain point, something shifts. We've seen too much. We've been here before. We're frustrated, we're annoyed. We're like, I can't do it anymore, right? I think a lot of us reach that point. That's the point of surrender. And it's a very humbling moment because suddenly it's like we drop the weight of thinking and hoping that we can control someone else into being what we need. We accept that we can't make them meet our needs. And ultimately, we ask ourselves, by now it's like a mantra, how close and connected am I able to be with someone who can't meet me this way? And so we set some sort of boundary that creates space or distance or shifts our expectations. And we grieve, you know, we grieve for what we wish could have been. We grieve the previous closeness. We grieve our fantasy of what things could become. We have to talk about the grief, you know, because it's fear. This is the thing. It's fear of feeling that grief and surrender that keeps us stuck in the cycle of endless requests. Because at least when we're stuck in the cycle, we can hold on to a hope, you know. In the ladder of boundaries, we grieve because we're accepting the reality of the situation, and it's painful and it's really hard to accept. Okay. So here, you know, I think it's important to talk a little bit about this idea that this is really what boundaries are all about. There's a common misconception that we can use boundaries to force people to give us more of something, right? Oh, he's not, you know, he's not calling you every night. Like he's not, set a boundary, you know? Or, oh, she isn't giving you enough time, attention, affection, set a boundary. But that's not how it works. That's where we might use requests. We ask someone to give us more, but we can't boundary set other people into giving us more because our boundaries are about us. It's about how close and connected we can be to people. And it really reminds me, you know, I don't know if any of you have spent time in the 12-step world at all, but there's the serenity prayer. And to me, it's kind of like the perfect encapsulation of what we're talking about. The serenity prayer says, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And whether you're in that 12-step space or not, I really feel like this quote is everything. You know, we're accepting that we can't change other people, and we're trying to find the courage to recognize that we do have some agency. And the surrender is hard.